watch the tactics cooperation tutorial? I think not. What am I, amateur? Okay, there's I forget his name, my lord. Yeah, counterattack when player phase. Micaiah, she's the only one of the only light mages in this game. Oh, this is, by the way, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, Part 1, Prologue. I just finished playing Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Blue Lion storyline. And so I thought I'd go back and play the first Fire Emblem game I ever played back in the summer of 2009. This is Edward, he's pretty good with the sword. And play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I got it like summer before my senior year. And I had to start it over like a bazillion times because I didn't really know how to play a Fire Emblem game properly. And from what I understand, this is actually one of the harder Fire Emblem games. That and Thracia 776, and probably Gaiden as well. Anyway, this is the prologue, and we're basically learning how to do stuff. I'm skipping all the tutorials. I've beaten this game like 3 times, and then beaten a bunch of other levels. I tried to level up Micaiah, but I just never have her good enough by the end of the game. I end up using her as like a healer when you get to the Tower of the Goddess Ashura. There's okay. And the thing about Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn is that you get what's called bonus experience after each map eventually. The first 3 levels you get the bonus experience, but you don't get it till you have a base of operations. It's Leonardo, he's pretty good at the bow. Anyway, and so bonus experience you can give to your units at the base so that you can level them up by I'll show you guys later on. But anyway, so in order to get more bonus experience by the end of the level, you want to complete the level in less turns and do it really well. And so that's why I tend to just go at it like a madman. And I'm safe though, you know. I mean, I'll send Ike. This is one of the games with Ike, one of the Fire Emblem games. There's 2 Fire Emblem games with Ike. There's Path of Radiance for the GameCube and Radiant Dawn for the Wii, which is what we are watching me play right now. He did critical hit. Anyway, so one of the way I want to do my Fire Emblem videos is not so much watching cutscenes or the stories or the dialogue, just showing how I'll play through the actual maps for anyone, because I've been watching some other people's Fire Emblem videos online when I was playing Three Houses to see how someone would do like the first level with one of the monsters, and I saw one of the guys had like 3 characters that were level 10 or 15, and everyone else is like levels 1 and 2, and that was a big mistake I made my first few attempts starting Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. And so mages and bowmen, they can do indirect attacks. Mages, they can, like Micaiah right here, she can attack someone right next to her, or she can attack someone diagonal from her. A bowman cannot attack someone right next to them. They can do that in Gaiden, that's before they had the indirect combat tutorial, I believe. But so here's Leonardo with bow. There's a space between. As you can see, the red spots is where he can attack. And you want to be really careful. This game has permadeath. No one's heard of permadeath before. It means once your character dies, they're dead for good. And this game actually makes it a little bit easier because I believe Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn is the first game with a battle save, which means you can save it. And so if one of you guys dies and you have to reset it like many people do when they play Fire Emblem, you only have to go back to the battle save as opposed to restarting the whole map. And that's a good thing for yeah. How many Fire Emblem games I beat? I beat Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance, Awakening, Echo, Shadows, Valentia, Three Houses, Sacred Stones. I don't think Fire Emblem Warriors for the Switch counts, but it's a fun game either way. I just unlocked a Lyn recently for Fire Emblem Warriors. Anyway, okay, so I'm probably gonna think what Micaiah can do. She can do this thing called Sacrifice, where it heals someone with her life points. It'll only bring her down to 1 life point, hit point at least, the least amount, and it gives her experience. And you can have her get healed with someone like Laura, who's a healer, and that helps them both get experience. All these older games like Radiant Dawn and Path of Radiance and Sacred Stones, I really don't put much effort in leveling up most of my healers. I do it just enough to level 10 and then raise them up a class. Anyway, but yeah, this was the prologue for part 1 for Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn.